Oh na 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 na. Say the way them be left the power to murder, not to say it. Plenty youth they smoke and go mad. Try they not to say me there. The way this mommy they talk, the other mommy not to say me there. The way politics them spoil we try they I say not to say me there. The way my dad they fly plenty, the other part not to say me there. The way this mommy they talk, the other mommy not to say me there. The way them be left the power to murder, not to say there. But not to say me there. 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 Yeah, we're pulling back politics, fights each and every day. Not to so we been there, not to so we been there. DJ Box, the battle, can get on my and my brewer. Not to so we been there, not to so we been there. We sat on board, they travel run, come back and village people know they get chance. Not to so if the mommy they dance on TikTok and people want talk. Una left and I saw you one day. Green and red been the bind, green and red been the dine. But now not to so it day. When start the drive glass teeth they up, the voters they suffer. Not to so for day. The mommy getting artists, the pa getting artists, the other pa getting artists for day. You know for talk through then quick for jail you. Violate your rights, bro. Not to so you been there. 2023, I wonder how you go there. Now before you get job, before somebody say not to so be there. 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 Listen, governor for making investors run away. We for encourage them not to so you been there. Kai Kamara one coach John Kista. Paddy play football set much not to so you been there. You want talk plenty, you not score plenty, you don't crest, not to so Kalom been there. We baby fi said it, but not to so a day. I not say not to all been there, not to so we there. But until God there, we must stay like how been there. And now been there, we must stay like how been there. The way this mommy they talk, the other mommy not to so been there. The way them be left the power to murder, not to say there. But not to so be there. Not to so be there. Not to say be there. Not to say be there. Not to so be there. Not to say be there. Not to so be there. Not to say be there. Y'all not see no town salon day, not to show me day. The way our salon be day today, not to show you day. Woo! What da da? Bojo, Bojo, crying out, baby. It's your mark. The guy will die, will smile. Red flag, baby, all day. Woo! Leon, one love. Alright? Take the challenge. Tell man and say not to so for day. Not to so salon for day. Alright?
Alman on the mix.
Favorite rapper, King Buzz. The voice of the voiceless. I'm here.
Yeah, okay. You can start. Good evening, viewers, comrades of the mighty APC. Good afternoon and good morning to wherever you want to watch this program from. This is the voice of Mixer, of the APC UK online TV platform. Today, na Sunday, the 12th of March 2023. The topic where we can discuss today is about election sensitization. Basically, everybody know what's not election, of course, not a generic term, but it is very important that we experts them who we invite today can sensitize people about how election process they work na Sierra Leone. Yes, Pope. Okay. Pope, sorry, I'm just introducing someone. I will ask Mo for sending to you back. They send the link back to you. So sorry, ladies and gentlemen, I just got caught up with one of the guests when I Pope, and it just did try to call me regarding the link, but I'll just continue from here. So, ladies and gentlemen, as I say, the topic today now election sensitization. With me, I get my co-host when I sweet Bonita, but present the Sierra Leone, and they run a little bit late. They join me in the next 10-15 minutes. However, we get two giant experts there, one from the diaspora and one the home base. We get somebody we get vast knowledge in politics, economy, you name it. Academically, it's just inclined. Where they are today with we, for can sensitize, for can explain to people what exactly they happen or what get for happen in June 2023, 24th presidential elections. We also we elected unopposed deputy PRO when I'm Mohamed Kamara. I got for introduce the all. Well, basically, before ever I go further, I go want to express a sincere apology to all who veers them, because we released a flyer about 2 to 3 days ago where na CDIA Tunis, when the National Publicity Secretary of the APC, na info bidon at this platform today. But it gets another event for run today with the AYV alongside Rado Soare, when are the current information minister of the SLPP. So, ladies and gentlemen, just stay tuned. Today, not a heavy program where it's all about elections sensitization. Thank you ever so much. But again, before I go further, I go want to introduce my guests. I go want to bring a kind inside the one where they represent the diaspora. This now somebody where don't groom most of young talent them in the APC UK and I. This now one of the drafters of the APC communique. This now one of the peace facilitators them in the APC UK and I. So without much I say or much I do, ladies and gentlemen, please join me as I welcome our talented guest tonight, Dr. Vinod Fuller. Dr. Fuller, you're welcome to the show.
Thank you, Mr. Mixer. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, everyone, comrades all. Thank you. And I'm pleased that you invite me to this very important topic today about voter sensitization. So I look forward to participating. Thank you.
Thank you ever so much, Dr. Fuller. And to viewers them, we still wait for we co-host as well as we other guests. But before ever the co-host they come inside, and they go straight to the point, because this is all about elections. And my first question and they ask Dr. Fuller, and for making explain to we as well as the viewers them about the PR system. Thank you, Dr. Fuller. Can you please explain to viewers about the PR system, please?
Of course. Thank you very much, Mixer. Comrades, viewers, once again, I thank you for listening for this very important topic today. The PR system called proportional representation. I want to give you a perspective how it came about, how it started. The PR system started way back in 1996. That is during the NPRC time, where Madabio was president. And it was introduced by Madabio then. The reason being, now being civil war, now being unrest situation in the country, now being turbulent times. So the best way for make them get members of parliament without voting by constituencies.
Sorry, Mr. Fola, just 1 second. Let me just interject you there, please. And ladies and gentlemen, viewers, them, I just want to introduce my co-host with the right now as Sierra Leone. But if you don't send message to we say they run a little bit late for like 10 minutes, they don't come online right now. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me as I welcome the great.
Good evening, viewers. Good evening, Mixer. And I want to say good evening to Doc as well, because it has been
welcome.
a wonderful time. Yes, and I'm in Freetown as always. So I'm still here. But again, I just want to say thank you to everyone, and we're going to have a wonderful program this evening. Thank you, Mixer, for sharing this program with me.
Welcome. Go ahead, Dr. Fola. Thank you so much.
Welcome, Madam Sweet Bonita. I'm glad to see you again. As I was saying, the PR system was introduced in 1996 because of the war. The reason being the country be unstable. There was civil war, civil strife, and violence, where caused mayhem, where caused war crimes and crimes against humanity. So because we'll not be able to do constituency voting, there not be established constituencies there at the time, Madabio then, he was the president. He ruled by decree. Law will note this. He introduced the proportional representation by decree and introduced a legislation, which is Act number 38A, where give the right for made then do a PR system. Please, Law will note Section 38A of the Constitution make provision for a PR system, a proportional representation, and it was introduced by decree, not in Parliament. It was introduced by decree, not an act of Parliament. Let's correct that. So Section 38A give the right for make them do a proportional representation, which means they vote for members of parliament. You do a district block voting. A district block voting. What do I mean? You don't only vote for the party. For example, you go vote for APC and SLPP, but you they vote for a member of parliament. And in that voting system, then they do one by percentage. For example, the Western area now 15 to 16 members or seats them. Any party will score 30% now Western area, and they get 3 to 4 members of parliament. And those members of parliament, they only enter the parliament by the list where the APC party they submit or the SLPP party they submit to the electoral commissioner. So again, advantageous for the people. Why? Because the PR system is a choice made by the party, the establishment. The members of parliament are chosen or handpicked by the establishment of the parties, both APC and SLPP. Not to the people them, they pick them. Not to the people them, they select them, where it disadvantage the people them. So implicitly, the loyalty and the devotion is to the party or to the government. They not get allegiance to the district or to the constituencies or the people where they represent. Where in my view, it is wrong. But in 2096 up to 2002, it was appropriate. Why did I say so? Because 1996, as I've been saying, have been wartime. So Madabio used a decree for introduce the PR system. 2002, President Yankaba also introduced the same. He go with the PR system. It was post-war at the time, post-civil war at the time, because we don't divide the constituency system. We don't demarcate constituencies. There were no established constituencies at the time. So Yankaba carry on with Section 38A of the Constitution, we make provision for the proportional representation, voting by district block or by the party itself, where they bring in members of parliament. That was how the PR system was introduced until 2012, where former President Nkrumah, he bring in constituencies them after the midterm elections. Then vote them in. When they vote them in, we are up to this time, 2018, we carry on with the constituency elections. Now, Mada Biodonka introduced, but I will come to that, the reasons why the SLPP, the Bio government introduced the PR system. I would dwell on that if they give me the time. That is the background.
Thank you so much, Dr. Fuller, for that wonderful submission. And I'm sure our viewers have been enlightened a bit, because this is just the beginning of the program. We will definitely see what will happen. But again, we have our second guest this evening, which is no other person, Ahmed Kamara, who is right now the current deputy PRO for the mighty APC. He has always been the PRO, and I'm happy now it's official. He's been elected. So I'd like to introduce this evening our deputy PRO for the mighty APC, Hope Kamara.
Yes, good evening from my end, and I don't know if it is a Creole or it is an English program. So what to say? But good evening.
Our policy is Creole.
Okay, thank you very much. So Pambule Munakuche Unakabo, Mina Mohamed Pope Kamara, Deputy Publicity Secretary, substantive of the All People's Congress Party, APC.
Welcome, General Pope.
Thank you.
Well, of course, we all know waiting at the technical issues in Africa, and Pope will run a little bit late, but you can't join the program. Pope, you just don't meet the first question where Dr. Fuller will try for address. You don't give me a brief background of the PR system. And we just want to make you throw light on this.
Before, let me just make correction. 2007, that was the time we go to constituency elections. Let me just make that correction.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you for clarifying that. And Pope, so Dr. Fuller just don't give me a brief background about the PR system, how it operates and the functions, but you get for delve into that later. So now I just want to bring you in for make yourself can explain to viewers them something about the PR system and how you feel see will get with members of parliament into the PR system.
Yes, for one small make I thank you very much for the opportunity we extend to me on behalf of the All People's Congress Party for participating to this very important discourse. And it is but prudent and it was necessary that as a party, we don't decide, say, we don't done with this debate because we don't have a debate them again, simply because they don't force them in parliament and it don't go through. And it is against we as a party, we wish, but we are also respecters of the law of this country. We are respecters of the constitution of this country, and we believe in the rule of law. So because of that particular reason, we feel, say, as a party, we don't be above that particular debate, because for we, in as much as PR system are part of democracy, but always it don't limit the people their own participation for make them able to make the choice as to who for lead them from the constituency level, the choice as to who for lead them from the ward level. They don't take the power from the people, and now they don't hand over those power to the political parties. They don't take the question of people and for ask to the leaders them we for represent in a parliament under the constituency way of democracy. They don't hand over that authority they now to the parties them and the government. So in other words, now the people can no longer elect or make a choice as to who should be their leader. Always when they do now, then they go vote for symbol, then vote for party. And where true is concerned, we not feel say that one day is nice, we not feel say appropriate, and we not feel say they depict the kind of democracy we want for embark on. We want a system wherein the people and for able to make the decisions themselves as to who that for represent them at constituency level and at ward level. But now no more. Now all what the people and get now for go vote for them party where they believe. So even if the person not on the choice of the people, and if the person not on the choice will go represent them well, then he left to the party. Whether the party puts no more now, the people and go vote. But if in a situation we are in, the people and go get the right for talk say this person ain't fit for represent we despite the party. Now this person ain't go represent we, then he able for advocate we issues them, able for channel we issues them. Now at constituency level, the people will find it very difficult as to who that they for go communicate with. The people will find it difficult as to who that they for talk to at constituency level, because for any constituency, the person they fail there now, except then go down na the party, then go talk say this. So it's like taking the authority to the people and handing it over to the political parties. Now that this particular government don't do. So it's for us, in as much as now the law, we are preparing and we are gearing up towards it. But up to now, we not feel say that the democracy that the whole people and need, not the democracy that the whole people and the cry for in this country.
Thank you, Bob. And Dr. Fuller not been done a statement yet, but I just want for comment further, just a brief comment before ever I pass you over back to the co-host as well as Dr. Fuller. You don't make comments say this, they don't force with political parties them into this. Should I say, I don't know how we call this democracy, into which democracy, I don't know how they name it, but it's still not democracy.
Kakistocracy.
Thank you so much. They don't force people into that. But you believe, say, with all we force people into that, APC, we still get for able for select the right people and what they represent people, regardless the district block vote system?
Sure, yes. And we, as a party, this is exactly what it. The next level called say we present list.
Good.
And the list they will get for present now like a football team. Where you get first 11, then you get a second 11. Well, you get your substitute. You understand?
Yes.
So as a party, we get to look back, say, now a district block system. And under the district block system, no matter what, at different level, at different quarters, at different places from the district, people can get for participate. At different places from the district, people can get for be represented. So what we they do internally, we they look at and still from the point of the constituency, and we they ensure say we choose the people well before say when it comes to Waterloo, Now this person in Sabina Watalu. Now this person in the people they want that Togo. Now this person in they want that McDonald. Now this they want that Kerry Tong. Now this they want that Hastings. So we look at them people and they. So we internally, the demography we get for use, the political demography we get for use internally now the constituency. That at each particular area we need an individual where we know yes when he go out the people and go vote for him. First we then go sabi from what, for example, if you call Pope, people in APC people in sabi Pope from Wellington, Tego Watalu, from Wellington, Tego Wilberforce, from Wilberforce, Tego Godwich. So we got to look for people where their names they resonate with development. People where their character they resonate with progress. People where at least their presence they resonate with that which we refer to as responsible mannerism, good ethics. People where developmentally progressive. So the APC gets for get into that search now as I speak, and the people who get for represent we under the district block system. Now the one the more the people want, now in different areas then.
Thank you. Sweet Bonita.
Yeah, I think we've got one of the questions here from our comrade Delvin Thomas is asking, are we the APC party going to do a selection list? Because remember, if it's going to be by merit or again by other means, because I think our constitution was March 7 has been changed that we no longer everything has to be done by election.
No more selection.
But again, with this, they are taking us back from where we've come from. So
yes,
we don't know what's going to be the way forward.
The thing we need for know, what people need for know, that the 2022 APC constitution, we get now what we call the internal electoral, the IEMC, Elections Management Committee. You understand? So we constitution make them very clear that from ward to constituency to national, now vote through and through. And if that not the dictate, even now that we can't get the district block system, where by law they don't give the authority to the party them for making them choose for. In other words, what they do so, they force we for let we select according to the law now under the public the PR system. But one way we need for now the fact say we not go continue in that direction because we constitution where we get to now the 2022 constitution, it is clearly stated that whatever we do now must be voted through and through. So we get the IEMC, then they can fill it, then they can put a mechanism for the forms them, and all that now the people we go qualify for the delegates for vote for them people here. So we go represent we from ward level to constituency level. We are going to vote for our representative before we send them.
So thank you for making that clear. For making that clarification.
Definitely with that.
And I just want for analyze a little bit what Pope try for say earlier on with regards to Delwin in question where he asked how will the APC party where Sweet Bonita just story. Well, Pope don't clearly explain that one day. They don't tell me now say the APC, IEMC, as well as the NAC committee, then get for select, because now they will force the party for select. But they select the people, the person where the people elect that their constituency. For example, if they go to Waterloo, then they're able to evaluate the situation, then check on the people that were at the nomination list, then they select that person, they say, now you get for represent the party. And I believe say people don't answer that question. Sweet Bonita, they can welcome people in the lobby, but again, before
quick one, mixer.
With
yes, a quick one. Quick one.
Go ahead, Paul. Go ahead.
Yes, quick one. I think I just want for expandable or make clarity on one thing. Okay, it is not going to be selection. It is not going to be selection.
Good.
I say, in as much as the PR system, the force the political parties for make the selection.
Mm-hmm.
So what we get for two, we get the IEMC.
Okay.
You understand?
Mm-hmm.
The Internal Elections Management Committee. Then we ensure say Then people are so then they vote for them. We get for represent we now the district block system.
Okay.
You understand? Then get the mechanism now we then put in place so that because we need for fulfill what is enshrined in our constitution.
Perfect.
Just like how they vote for let we get people we represent we the constituency, we get what delegates them now. We get constituency delegates them. So then what delegates and then constituency delegates them with the people more than they as APC now they're in different areas than they. So if they say that 10 constituencies 9 na Freetown, you understand? Now 10 constituencies 9 na Freetown, just a rough estimate. Out of these 10 constituencies, what the APC will do, we go ensure say internally we look at like a constituent for pursuing an APC. We need whether community today because I'm not going to no more call them a constituency. But how we get them people and they back now vote we get for votes for them from then different areas and they for let them represent the ward and for let them represent the constituency. We are going to vote for them because that is exactly what is enshrined in our constitution.
So how is that voting going to take place now? After they don't nominate them done or waiting? What's in the lead to that?
Fine. Voting? How that voting get for take place first, then get for register the people and get for come out.
Okay.
And talk say I am interested in becoming a member of parliament under the district block system. Then the party will ask who stay here where you day, you share the area where you day. You understand?
Yeah.
Then the party can do a form and the IEMC they work on a mechanism as to who that then gets for qualify for let them vote for them people indeed. Because we get for go out and ensure see we get for realize 2 things. One, we are in opposition, so we not get for compromise, popularity over sentiment. You understand?
Good.
So these are the things that we'll just talk for let you know. We need to compromise them. So if we're not going to compromise popularity over sentiment, it simply means that when they come out with the mechanism what they get for use for votes for them people and we go to explain them back to the people. But so to speak, the IAMC body they meet now on a daily basis and then they produce the documents inside this week as to how that voting session they get for the when NAC adopt them, then we will produce them out, then we will tell people how it's gonna be. But trust me, we are going to vote through and through.
Perfect. You see, a lot of viewers don't learn today. I don't learn a lot about this voting system with regards to the PR system. Over to you, Dr. Fuller. Sweet monitor, bring him in, please. Dr. Fuller.
Yes. Oh, sorry. Yes, Mixer.
Okay, good.
Can you hear me? Yes.
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah, they hear you clearly.
Yeah, it's quite interesting. Before I continue with regards to the PR system and why Madabi introduced them, it's quite actually intriguing for you from the colleague Pope with all the analysis. I'm APCN, and don't get me wrong, we only hope that the theory where it don't prescribe today and that is put into action, and we are watching.
Yes.
Mr. Pope Camara, we are watching because, as you rightly mentioned, the people they don't take the choice away from them, and the PR system is a system whereby it is the government, it is the party that make the choices, and the allegiance would be to the party and the government, the would-be government then. So it is paramount for we get with people that involved into the system by voting. May the constituents them, that is the people in the constituencies them, vote for the people of their choice. The one where they know say he can articulate, he can represent the voice of the people, he can make a difference, he can add value to that constituents, he can help the people, not to somebody where they go just for themselves. So I'm glad, welcome the news. It's a step in the right direction. However, we are still waiting for that to be implemented and to the letter. If not, some of us will come hard on you and we will hold you to ransom because the deputy PRO, and I presume it is a policy statement from you. That aside, let me come to the reason why the PR system is introduced by Madabio. Say Madabio It came in through the constituency elections. Madabio, to all intent and purposes, don't get me wrong, he is afraid. He's afraid because they know say the constituency elections no favor them. The only way they go able control parliament is to introduce the PR system. And it's paramount. And I have to appreciate you again, Mixer and Sweet Bonita, UK and iMedia TV team, for introduce this topic about voter sensitization. But we forget the background. Madabio deliberately, it is a deliberate ploy to introduce the PR system. And we therefore be smarter than him because they always think ahead of us. I have to confess. I blame the past APC. I don't know if the Pope been there. I blame the past MPs where no remove, no repeal this section 38A of the Constitution. Because that caveat they did it since 1996 up to now, that caveat, that act has not been repealed by Parliament. So we blame largely not the members of Parliament. And this is what I talk about quality representation. We're not just going to Parliament because I just want to go represent myself. If you're going to represent your people, that act was very vital, and I believe, intelligent as you are, these MPs would have removed it. So some of them are largely for be blamed for this today. They blame Madabio, but we're going to blame the members of Parliament, particularly our own MPs, where no repeal that act or introduce the bill for that to be repealed. And more so when we been get majority in the Parliament during Kotogo and Eskuruma in time. So partially we should blame ourselves for that. Moving forward, Madabio introduced the PR system because we know say if you don't get majority in a parliament, it will be difficult. It will be a Herculean task, a mountain task for introduce or pass bills, legislations, primary legislations, statutory legislations. It will be very, very difficult. That is the one reason why Madabio introduced the PR system, because the PR system, it favored them, unlike the constituency elections where the winner takes all, simple as it is. The constituency elections, now winner takes all. And are they taken back in retrospect, take you back when 2018 we win the majority of members of Parliament. Madabio deliberately, he removed the 10 members of Parliament forcefully and imposed a speaker, nobody less than Dr. Abbas Bundu, where I've been highly respect him. I even use a book for as reference and my thesis. But I no longer have respect for him. Why? Because as an international lawyer, as a land lawyer,
Thank you, Dr. Fulana, for round up in 2 minutes. 2 minutes.
Experienced lawyer. Before allow for me to impose them, then I choose them. Number two, Madabio don't commit a lot of atrocities in the country. Human rights abuse, the killing of people, the intimidation, the imprisonment of party supporters, of opposition supporters. But more importantly, the cost of living, the high skyrocketing prices in the country, where they cause impoverishment in the country, where they cause hardship to the people then. And also, they help for promote the development of the country. It is sack people them from their jobs illegally, unlawfully, and people are not happy. People are disenchanted. So he is unpopular. The only way Madabio wants to come back to power is to introduce the PR system, whereby if he win, because say, let me give an example. In the West, Madabio, the SLPP, score 30%, do not get member of parliament except Tower. But if this time around they get those 30% in the Western area, they may take 3 to 4 members of parliament. So you can work the maths out of it. And also, it is difficult for us to win at the South and Southeast. So Madabio say, whatever happened, They have their secured votes, they have protected votes in the southeast, and then go able to infiltrate in the north. So the best way for make it get an executive overriding power is to get members of parliament, majority in the parliament, where he will able to pass in laws in a parliament. And that's the only way he can secure power, and that's the only way he can govern.
Yes,
That is the reason why he introduced Section 38A for making they introduce the PR system and instruct CONE for announce the dates for the elections so that it will sound legitimate. That is the background. And now they get for moving to in terms of voter sensitization, where I get for talk about that. We APC enough for sit on their powers and to be more proactive.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Dr. Fuller. You don't analyze that one. You don't tell me the background of the PR system. We appreciate you. And of course, Pope, now the National Deputy PRO of the mighty APC, not a member of parliament, but Pope, the man where they take everything, because at the end of the day, the man where I trust say, when they take any bazooka and it is sustain, and you therefore go explain more. So now, Pope, you just made mention about the internal voting system on the APC with regards to parliamentary, how we go for select the parliamentarians, them councillors or mayoral or the mayor, right? When do you feel say that election therefore take place during this process before the June 24th?
Yes, before I respond to that one day, I'll be also once for just bring to the attention of Dr. Fuller that Dr. Fuller did for understand, say, those who were in governance during the past 10 years, these were not God. These were human beings who were not perfect. That is one. Good. And I be also want to let Dr. Fuller be very reasonable with the past governments that at least will give them thumbs up, will give them kudos that they did well. If we put the past government, then we put this particular government. The past government is a saint in the presence of the YSO. And even the caveats where you talk, the caveats they but they not give them the opportunity where there are constituencies. The caveats where there are no constituencies, but now there are constituencies. But simply because of they not believe in the dictate of democracy, they not believe in the grand normal get to this country, they not believe in the rule of law, they not get respect for the rights of citizens, they not get respect for the people in this country. What thing they do? Then go ahead. As I talk to you, so all I know say our government was much more better. My lights don't go through.
My God,
my lights don't. My lights go so. So now my phone I don't pull short now. And the lights for me. When I see lights them for me. You understand? So Dr. Fuller, you forgive me thumbs up. You forgive the APC government of last one thumbs up, of which you belong. That we did well. That they promoted good governance, they protected the democracies, the democratic space in this country. And we now found that what you say. So all what you don't talk now, it simply means say when we come, we get for do more. And all what you don't say, we get for land format so that we go improve. But I think all what we expect now from APC people, now for let una give thumbs up to the past thing that we don't do. The tempo, they criticize yourself, you don't pass. Now for we chat the way forward. Now for we move forward as a family, as a unit, and as a cohesive force, as a way we win in the next election. On the issue of how the IMC they try to operate, like how we say, NEC don't produce the timeline. You understand?
Yeah.
NEC don't produce the timeline where everything ever take place. So, like how I don't announce that. So this week, by the grace of God, the IEMC then get for produce now their own timeline. We go meet with that particular registration where we go for vote in for we representative that we will kind of parliament, we representative that we will go to the world, and so on and so forth. So we wait for this week. When them done, then we go able to put them out. But for the fact that they out now, you are not get the no cost for make a name state any dates now. So because the IMC will charge with the responsibility constitutionally. They not produce them so that me will get the constitutional mandate for talk about them, we talk about them. So until they produce them, but we just want more for them. Anybody when aspiring candidate, anybody will get intention for go parliament or for go na any ward or for go represent the people of this country. Let you know say we want to represent under the All People's Congress that the IEMC they can put the modalities in place and all regional heads, all district heads, and all constituency leadership, from the chairman, executive, and so on and so forth. Then they meet with all them people here, so that at least the momentum will continue to rise from one ladder to another, from one step to another, as a way moving forward. So let us be optimistic. Let us work as a cohesive family. Let us work as one family, and let us give thumbs up to what we don't do last year, where you know go compare them to what in this particular government they do in terms of upholding the democratic space, in terms of respecting human rights of citizens. Now we see the rights where they not get for remove parliamentarians. They will get mind doing. What's in left for they not get mind doing. So now we pray for Lord come back together. Let some of the mistakes and don't feel yes we make Lord correct, and now we all together. Even them then get mistakes so they go make when we come we can't them for correcting them. So let us look at how to win the next elections. Then after that, all the problems they also will get, we shelve them. Then when we win the next elections, we'll be able to handle them. I think that is the way forward, and that is exactly what we don't bound to do and what we don't prioritize now.
Thank you, Bob. I like that phrase the way you just. Oh, super, you want to go ahead? Go ahead.
Yeah, well, honestly, I'm really happy the way Pope have just highlighted that, because if you look today again, I'm Comrade Mixer, and also to our viewers as well, this is something that we've said. When it comes to this administration, one thing they are lacking is that common sense. We know that they've imposed the Speaker of House. They illegally removed 10 parliamentarians. What other constitution do we think they will follow? When it comes to the administration, they just do whatever they want to do. And we know also the African Union says apparently you cannot change any laws within a year to an election. This is less than 6 months to an election. They have done that. They have imposed it. But again, we are waiting, because apparently Tuesday is when they will tell us the way out of their PR system. Because as far as we are talking about it, it's not something that they themselves are really sure if they should go ahead with it. But Tuesday will be when they will tell us what is going on, and then we move past it. But again, I'm so grateful. And I would also like to say we have one of our viewers here, Auntie Zainab Sharif. She's asking about the 30% quotas. So definitely we're going to make sure that is also implied. It's part of APC, and this is part of the new constitution. So definitely the 30% quota will definitely be in charge. But whilst I've got the platform, I just want to also remind every Sierra Leoneans that have registered, on Fridays when we should start collecting our voters' ID card, because it's very important. If you don't have your card, make sure you have your slip, because we know about 275,000 people, their name are disappearing. If you don't have your slip, then you ask yourself to blame. And again, please, we should not release those slips to anyone if they have not given us our voters' ID cards. So that will be really my message for now. And I think, Comrade Mixer, we can move to the next stage, please. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you ever so much, Sweet Bonita. And thank you to Pope. You don't explain to viewers them exactly what you think and you believe, say, the PR system they operate. And you don't also sensitize the viewers them about how APC don't do very, very well in the past. And at least we don't overcome most of the challenges then. And on behalf of Dr. Fuller, we're very, very, very talented. And I believe, say, itself, it just say the right thing, not to say it go out of track. So I just want to move on with this topic. Now, moving forward, we don't almost exhaust the PR system.
Sure.
Thank you so much. Oh, thank you so much. Well done. So we don't almost exhaust the PR system. And I believe, say, a lot of viewers, they take home today from what you don't talk, what Dr. Fuller don't talk like that. And the questions about what I'm posed to now. Now we go straight away to a topic we're very, very sensitive, very critical presently, based on the prevailing situation in the country right now. Because at the lady premise now for say, the current government just don't conduct themselves their own NDC, with the National Delegate Conference. They don't elect them flag bearer as well as the running mate. But the APC political party will get we NDC on the 18th to the 20th. The 20th will get we democratically elected flag bearer, with everybody happy about. Nobody not able for contest. Nobody not able for say this man not fit, that the man that one they will fit. Now in win the elections legally, we don't get them. But the Constitution clearly, Article 62 states say now only the presidential candidate shall, upon consultation and, use the word, and the approval of the National Advisory Committee, can select a own choosing running mate. We don't see this don't happen from the 20th. Today is the 13th. What exactly they happen with the party? Because the momentum, if I remember, these people who come with from McKinney for Entana Freetown to date, we're not able to forget that. They were able to explain to Pope as well as Dr. Fuller why they bring Pope in first. What exactly they get the problem with this selection? What make we not able to forget we running mate as of date?
Yes, thank you very much. I want to let you know, say, na constitutional provisions now in the APC they try for fulfill.
Good.
And I don't want to let you forget so soon that a court-ordered convention now we go.
Good.
We just don't commodate, and as we speak, the matter still in a court. So, as a matter of fact, we get to be very cautious. And you don't quote the section that we constitution make them very clear that it is under the prerogative of the flag bearer. Understand? For lay in choose other if feel say will suit them most for deputize them, for work with them very close, and it will do them in consultation with the National Advisory Committee with a NAC. Yes, and the provision make them very clear after convention. For any time now for get a NAC meeting, now 1 week notice, 7 days notice before we constitute a NAC meeting, except under emergency.
Well done.
You understand? Except under emergency. So if you're kingly, we don't get to force NAC meeting, and we ensure say when we come, we do the 7 days notice. Now we get force NAC meeting, and at that first NAC meeting, the flag bearer don't go do consultation with NAC. And I want to tell you, by the grace of God Almighty, we don't do the party don't get another 7 days notice for another NAC meeting where will take place tomorrow Monday. And from that tomorrow Monday, we expect say NAC with the presidential flag bearer, then we can't tell we now who the running mate is. What thing we know want for do, we not be just once for call any emergency NAC, because right now, anything where we do, we almost say court ordered, and people and they where they watch for any mistake or any blunder where the party go do. So once for avoid all form of blunders, one for avoid any form of anything where go make again, they talk say now they don't falter, now they don't get problem with for make anybody will push anybody for let go back in the court. So in avoiding all those things, we ensure say we follow and we adhere strictly to what is enshrined in the constitution of the party, that we for only call NAC meeting after 7 days notice. So if you check, we don't get about 14 days notice in between. We don't get 14 days. We don't get to first NAC. Now for 7 days, we don't get another notice. We are going to have another NAC meeting tomorrow, and let the people of this country brace up, because we are going to get not just a running mate tomorrow. By the grace of God, we are going to get the next vice president of the Republic of Sierra Leone, because we now have a president in waiting.
Thank you ever so much for answering that question. At least you don't clear the viewers' their mind today, because some people are confused. They don't know what they happen. They just feel saying about the APC, know they do the right thing, but we know so they do the right thing. Now that's make a political party day for. So over to you, Dr. Fuller. You can able to get inside and use from much, but this one in that issue before ever sweet monitor they address people in the viewers list. Dr. Fuller. Dr. Fuller, are you with us? You know with me? We lost.
Yeah, I think we've just lost Doc. Yeah, I think we've just lost Doc. He's not online on the stage, so we'll just continue.
Okay.
But again, as we said, yeah, he's not here. I'd like to say good evening to Arun Kamara, because again, he has been with us week in and week out. And also, we have here Auntie Zainab Sharif. She's with us. And then we have Mary Luke, again, Delwyn Thomas, and Pablo Sevens. We have Prince Top. These are people we're having week in and week out, and I would just like to say thank you. Oh, Doc is back. Doc,
Doc is back.
Comrade Mixer, bring Doc in.
Yeah, sorry, my internet. the internet. Sorry.
Okay, you okay?
It be the actor.
Well, Pope just don't explain to VS.
Oh, Dr. America.
You get me clear, Doc? Can you?
Yeah.
Doc, you hear me? Okay. Pope just don't explain to VS them about the running mate issue, and it make absolute sense because it don't quote just the guy quotes the Constitution. It don't address that issue there, so we just get for wait for now. Not to the Yagba way people in the Yagba the party na in there for solve the problem. What we want now oneness, now one spirit, and for make we all work together so that June 24th we'll be able for win this presidential election for Dr. Samura and the APC party. So if you get anything for talk about this, you can come on and say something about it. Dr. Fuller, go ahead.
Oh, yes, I do. And I thank Pope for addressing that. And also, let me just remind him, we will take responsibility. Anything we say now as APC, for let the party go forward. We're not being critical for critical sake, because there are some things where they within, the party, what happen at the party where, right. So we need for talk them. We don't need for hide them. Not to be for the hypocrite here. So let's take responsibility and we'll move forward. Coming to the issue of Pope for the running mate, I believe legally, procedurally, constitutionally, don't address them. But for me, I get a but about it. You see, late Sheikha Stephen say, not to book make sense, that sense make book. You see, so if that was the case, as you address them, it is simple, therefore don't address this problem, and for don't introduce them, therefore don't explain to the people during the National Delegate Conference. That should have been, people should have been informed. Say, this is not the procedure. Because of this, there will be a delay. Let me tell you this, we treat them with levity, but the gap, that gap where then create, don't cause anxiety, don't cause problem. People, a lot of people, they give their own views, don't bring almost acrimony argument in the party. Speculations rife in the party. And don't forget, say, this party don't go into legal turbulence all this while. So for going back to the conference, National Delegates Conference, for go get we popular candidate when Dr. Samura Kamaradi would be president, it is but fitting the nuance, I use the word, the nuance that has been introduced, because before this time, the conventional tradition is this. After the delegates conference, you introduce your running mate. No big deal about it. As a lawyer, I take into account the legal procedures, but there are what we call extenuating circumstances where them for don't introduce. If the extenuating circumstances were not explained or were not introduced or adopted, una for them explain to the people then before this time, so that we not create the anxiety, not create the speculation, not create the distrust, to one another. We don't get controversy in the party for a long time now, since 2018, where Mother be away. So we for try for nip that in the bud in the future. If we know say this will cause problem, then we go out there as a deputy PRO, as a PRO, or the leadership or the establishment go out there and make either a formal statement, announcement, or in the form of a letter to the people, or educate the people that why is that? It's only today, as educated as I am, literate as I am, that I knew it was illegal, it has legal ramification, and they will not follow the old tradition. So the nuance is accepted, but let's correct it and let's make sure it will not happen next time, because we need to move forward. Just to borrow your words, Mr. Pope Kamara.
Thank you, Dr. Fuller. And at least we don't exhaust that topic there. We'll get about half an hour to go. And we'll go straight away to the next question. And this to go for both of you also. Everybody, they talk about the voting pattern in Sierra Leone, whereby the APC stronghold, everybody knows say that the Northwest as well as the Western area. Then the SLPP, that the Southeast. We all know that one day. But now, Colorado become a swing state in the country, whereby we don't see recently clips them they go around, where members of the C4C and the Kono people them that they migrate to the SLPP. We, now the opposition party, and now the party in waiting for gain governance come 2023. June 24th. How Pope and Dr. Fuller when I go able for sensitize various them, how would he able for gather the vote of the Kono for make the Kono people then come back to the party where they elect when at APC?
Okay, let me go first.
You want me for start?
Yeah, let Dr. Fuller go.
Okay, you go.
Okay, Dr.
go.
Fuller.
You do at the ground. Yeah, you do at the ground. You go.
Okay.
Okay, fine. Waiting, I want for say that also. I'm not going to say I'm from the APC view.
Good.
I go say I'm one from a personal experience as a way moving forward.
Good.
Kono is very important. Kono is key in the political demography of this country. You understand? And no party no go talk say and no need Kono.
Thank you.
Every party need Kono. Everyone needs Kono, and everyone wants to grab hold of Kono. But at the same time, enough fine for now continue for the trumpet, the Kono important one till other districts feel say we not consider them that in the southeast. So we consider say other districts are also important equally as Kono. But if you look through history, I will tell you this: in 2007, when we get the elections, when former President Nkrumah win the elections in 2007, the APC lost Kono. We not win Kono. By then, it was Alhaji Chief Sam Sumana, Vice President. We even contest parliamentary seat now. The Kono, same Kono, they we a loss. The APC lost Kono, but the APC win the elections. It was in 2012. Now, we can galvanize, we apps them, we put them together. Now, we able for win Kono as a party. I'm not prepared now. If I be make preparation, if I don't get all those percentages for you from 2007 to 2012. Okay. 2018, APC no win Kono, we don't win election. SLPP no win Kono, they no win election. They win election. You understand? On the first round, it was Sifosi who took Kono. You understand? But SLPP won the elections. You understand?
Yeah.
So, if you watch keenly, we for also the discuss Cambia, which is also very key in the north.
Thank you.
You understand? You go see say we also underperform na Cambia. And one of the main reason we're responsible for that are the Kande factor. Now the Kande factor. Even in 2018, when we dialogue now with members of the C4C, when we dialogue with members then, the leadership of C4C by then, when at the now, when the Chief Alhaji Sam Sumana, former Vice President of the Sierra Leone, we still not be able to forget Kono on the second rounds. We lost them back. We lost Kono to them back.
Yes.
So all what thing we need for do now as a party, the new strategy where the party they try for implement now for let we ensure say all these key stakeholders of Kono, let us bring them together.
Good.
So ever be don't vex. I think we don't come out convention, we don't come. We also the car we come where we left all the other things and also get for left all with vexation there now and can put everything at the table as a way moving forward. The Chief Alhaji Sam Sumana, the Dana Konomani, the Logus Kuruma, the Karamo Kaba, the others, then they plenty of them, the Tamba Upel, they all. Let us come now together. Una can prove to we say yes, indeed, na una get Kono, una prove them to the APC say, you guys are the owners of Kono, you can bring Kono back to the APC because the APC is ready to support you so that you bring back Kono to APC. I think that is the strategy. We need for put all we absent together. We need for also try for look for emerging phases na Kono because however it be, the Sampunanas will not be there forever. However it be, the Dana Konomanis will not be there forever. However it is, the Logus Kuroma will not be there forever. we also need to begin look at emerging phases. Now, if you watch Kingly, C4C people, they not go SLPP. It was only Emerson Lamina, Honorable Emerson Lamina. Now, in way, we go make statement, you go see, say, the C4C as a party, we make them very clear to them, say, no, that statement will make, you not make on behalf of C4C, you make on your own. So all the other honorables them, then deny them. They tell us, say, not on we behalf. And the Kono people then tell us, say, not on we behalf. I want to tell you, say, the Kono is very important, and we they attach so much interest, and we give them prominence into this election that they must win this election for us.
Thank you.
So we don't want to begin to discuss the Kono issue like as if na dispute. No, there is no more a dispute. The only thing we know is in 2018 we lost Kono, and 2023 we not for lost Kono before win the Kono. Whatever will happen, we don't go continue for the wash with dirty linens them outside. That is exactly why we don't come out convention. We don't come, and the executive through the leadership, the chairman, they are working assiduously to ensure that we unite Kono, we unite Cambia, we unite Stonkolili, we unite Kanima, we unite Bo, and we unite any other district where we know CS we get problem, because the PR system is very difficult and very challenging, especially to the northwestern side. We don't see the amount of votes the way they come out. Now we northwestern side for SLPP. And if you aggregate those votes, you put them all together, you know, we all for be afraid, say, we not for allow SLPP forget 1% na any district. No district, not the way for allow SLPP forget 5%. Because I think 11.9% now in they make one honorable, 4.5% now in they make one councillor. So we not for allow SLPP forget 10% now any district if we want for win them hands down. And we know that we get with people in the southeast, we forgot they and now and for make inroads. That for be priority. Because that's all what they don't do also, they don't deprive them other small party them from participating and from enjoying from the political progress of this country. So that small party again not able to survive under the district block system, because if all party get 11,000 some hundred, or for let them get no party system not even forget 11% na district, or all over the country get some party there, but then 5% they get at one country, some na one, some they even get 1% at one country. So under the district block system, it's a fight now between the APC and the SLPP. So we have to go out there and do that voter sensitization to our people, that anyone vote they make let them get SLPP seats. And we should go to the southeast and remind them of what we've done for them. Because as we speak, so we tangibles then they. When you go to the southeast, what we don't do there, we not be the consider McKinney, will not be the consider Putloko, will not be the consider Western area as our stronghold. We be consider says it's a Sierra Leonean thing and Sierra Leone is our stronghold. We will consider Kenima as a stronghold. We will consider Kailawu as a stronghold. That was why when we were in governance, we ensure say when we roll out with programs, we ensure say we implement them equally all over the country. All district headquarters towns in this country, we ensure say we culture them all. All district headquarters towns, we ensure say we give them light. All district headquarters towns, we ensure say we give them what we refer to as good water system. And we ensure say when we want to do employment, when we want to do recruitment, we recruit every Sierra Leonean, devoid of the region where you come out, devoid of the tribe where you dey. But we don't see a situation wherein even if you name Mohamed Kamal, you dey live na Bo or you dey live na Kenima, it go difficult for them you get job. So let us go and remind the people in the southeast that for modern man people as kind of power. Now 5 years this, they have not done for you anything. In the road leading from the junctions for enter inside Kenima, how the APC left and so it is. Then they talk about free education. Let us remind them a single classroom, this government no bill. Even the school where they bill, now the president in Tong Tihu, not for the president, not for the government, they bill now Orange, a gambling institution, now in the bill for now in place. So these people don't get nothing where they will point out. So these are the things they all get together. These are the things they all get for put together. We talk to the people and say, this is what we did for you. And if you trust us again, you trust us with the mantle of leadership, we are going to implement this. If we not implement and for una change. So I think it is about the messaging, it's about our robustness, it's about how ready we are going to be. And this time around, we're going to make it very clear that the people's vote, not should, but must be protected, and we are going to protect those votes with our lives.
Thank you, Pope. You really touch into this topic. You really explain, you elaborate, at least you don't clear most of the doubts what people get. And I believe say a lot of viewers then will able to take home so many things that we don't highlight today. But before ever myself will throw beyond analysis into it, I will call on Dr. Fuller for stepping and say something about it. Dr. Fuller,
yeah, thank you, Mixer. Thank you for that analogy, which is good. Highlighting the gains of the APC, is very paramount, fundamental in terms of inclusiveness of Kono. And I agree with you. Don't get me wrong, that APC did, of course, 100% better than SLPP. We'll just get for the facts. Kono is very vital. It's very fundamental to APC and winning the elections. But let me give you a perspective. Let me give you statistics. In 2002, Pope don't talk about 2012, don't talk about 2018. But let me take you back to 2002. During the PR system, we only cannot get 8 seats. 8 seats. And guess what? APC only gets 1 seat there. Abu Naki recall gets 3 to 4 seats. So there is a history of we trying to get Kono. But for me, the issue is not about Kono here, as Pope rightly mentioned, and I want to reiterate that point. The issue is about Southeast. And make we not forget in haste. If you now remember 2007, there is a gentleman, a legal luminary, going at the name of Charles Magai, who broke away from the SLPP in 2005, forming your own PMDC. Charles Magai played a very vital role in ensuring that Koto Anes by Kuruma during a runoff in 2007, he win that vote day. He win the presidential vote. And the PMDC was part of the government then. I think they give them 4 ministerial positions. So it's about Southeast for me, I did look at. When we talk about Kono, let's not just talk Kono in isolation. Let we talk about Southeast. Kono is important, and I don't want to reiterate that point. Pope don't talk. We need imagine. I like the word, the semantic you use. Imagine faces, new people for bringing a nuance into the politics, into the trajectory of the Kono politics. But the Southeast is very important. The reason being, the Southeast, they protect their vote. Don't get me wrong. I agree, say, 11.1%, I will give you MP, but we not go and make 1%, make SLPP win even 1%. We get for time with Ojo. I'm telling you. Let me give you statistics. In 2018, Pujen, they registered very few people. The turnout was 95%. In McKinney, when at the highest voter turnout, we're more enlightened in terms of vote. It was less 70%. So in perspective, every 100 people South, they get 95% turnout, where they get less than 70%. So you work the mathematics. So we have to do more here. And let me give you again another perspective. In 2002, Ernest Ptijan Kaba win the presidential election by 70.6%. Koto Ernest win 28%. 2002. Fast forward to 2012, Koto Anes win the election by 58%. You did the mathematics. So the margins are very narrow. We need to get a wider margin for us to win this election. So, which means everybody is inclusive. Everybody is important. Each region, each district, each constituency is important. And Migo appeal here publicly that let we go back and talk to Charles Magai. Charles Magai was our friend. We need him. He took the bold step, break away from SLPP. He support we win the elections, and I trust you, Kono and Charles Magai, then come together. We go clinch the 2023 June elections, because we know, say, with Charles Magai, we win a heavyweight at the Southeast, and Kono with Lugus Kuruma, with Sam Sumana, Diana Konomani, and the others, and the other emerging faces them, put together, it will help you for secure the elections. So me, it's not about Kono in isolation. It's about winning votes in the Southeast, where then they protect the votes. Then they really protect the votes them based on the statistics and percentages I just gave you. So it is very important in the voter education where we get for kind of light on how we'll go about for secure those votes, both in the North and the Southeast, as well as the Western area. I rest my case.
Yeah, well done. Thank you, Doc. You know, this now the beauty of communication, and this now a very good topic today we discuss when our election sensitization. Basically, a whole lot of people and no say when they say election, are for just go vote. But we that this platform, not to the vote matter to be, that for educate the people and the process where they lead to the voting, and from the voting, how would they able for secure we winning for 2023, June 24th for President Dr. Samora. I can call him president now because now presidents are waiting. So we don't exhaust all the topic and day before ever bring Sweet Bonita because time they against me right now. We else themselves they want for land a whole lot of things. Then Pope, my next question for you is now regarding the nomination. Presently, we'll get what they call it to SIM. It don't affect most of the diasporans then. A whole lot of people in the diaspora, where they reside in Aya, they don't live there for the past 10, 15 years, but not to citizens of them part of the country there. They still all with national passport as Sierra Leoneans then. But when they go Africa, particularly with specific reference to Sierra Leone for go contest for election, people then still the passivency then get to SIM. Not to everybody get to SIM. How the nomination process they go, and whose advice will you get for people who work for community diaspora where not get to SIM? What do you feel say the party for do towards them people in there? Because they say for participate into the national politics. What do you have to say, Paul?
Yes, you can recall in 2018, we know how that thing affect a lot of with diasporas them, where they be don't pour in a lot of finance, where they be don't go out there, they don't do the level best in ensuring that at least them participate into the local politics in the country, and then don't they out there, then they work all the money they want to be the work, then they send an hour for showcase them developmental strides them so that they go for participate into the political space. Most of them be out for go parliament, the to SIM saga Kaisai, and most of them we feel very much frustrated and disappointed, then we get for left and go back. And after the 2018 elections, we see we one or two of the parliamentarians then try for provoke the debate, the discourse in the parliament, and we see how the current parliamentarians the way they should they kick against the discourse, because we have a table the discourse on that, so that at least what's the parliament, people we get to SIM for participate. You understand? People we get to SIM for participate. But we'll see how SLPP parliamentarians they then try for kick that debate day and not even flow now the well of parliament. I think as a political party with the APC, I think we don't get her now. We don't discuss her now. We these different sections they will meet, and the party very key, and even at national discussions the more they get now as a party we don't make them very clear that if we want to make progress in this country, we get for allow with diasporans and for participating to the local politics. And a crystal clear now see if we come with ensure says that tag in the way we stop them at the constitution for make them participate, for make them be members of parliament, for make them be this, for make them be that. I think when they remove them, it's a clause where the party don't bow says we for remove them when we come, and for ensure says we allow them for make them participate, because we don't say a host of them. You get some money, they America, they UK, they Ireland, they Guinea, they Germany, they London, they this, they in a different parts of the world. What then they do home? It's so plenty that some of them just want for let them get the opportunity now for let them can serve after a lot of experience where they don't go get in the Western world. Some of them want for can share which they don't get. Some of them want for can share the expertise. They want for can share which they don't go through. They want for can make a peace. We set low deeper because now migration make America develop. Now migration, diaspora them. Now migration make London develop. Then diaspora them. Now migration make we see China, the China who we see so today. Diaspora them. Then they allow them people and for go out, and when they come in and come with new ideas, new techniques, new development, new way of doing things, a civilized way of moving forward, a corrupt-free. Because when they come with that project of a corrupt-free mind, based on where they don't go train at the Western world. So we as a party, we want for ensure yes, we get for prioritize that one. They say when we come, that tag in day, we stand as a barrier for make with diaspora, they're not able to participate locally, like for can be members of parliament and other things. Then I feel say the APC is well set because it is part of the discourse that we get for Pulam because we people need for participate. We people from the diaspora with the experience with what they don't get, they need for can give back to the country, the need for can give back in different ways. So we know it's a challenge. We know how frustrating, we know how challenging it is, but we want to assure as a party, we'll look into it and we'll respond as expected. And we want to assure now, when that time comes, you will give the APC kudos in that direction. So we look forward to it.
Dr. Fuller? Doc?
Yeah, this is intriguing, quite intriguing.
It is.
It is
Very,
quite,
very,
sorry to use the word kebab here, intriguing.
Very
Pope, I pray, I'm very religious, I pray to God that your words them come to pass.
Good.
And I don't want to go back. I don't want to go back for make a flag the party. But retrospectively, this should have been removed a long time ago. You will agree with me. It is not even an entrenched clause. And I'm talking as a lawyer. It's not even an entrenched clause, Pope. You know that. That particular act should have been repealed a long time ago. So we don't want to go beyond that side again. My appeal for me is an appeal now. We are very, very upset with that, particularly the members of parliament. We're complacent, not doing it. We only hope that when we come back to power, by God in power, it will be one of the legislative, and I hope I give the assignment, and I pray to God, say, go back to parliament, for make you table that bill there. You need for table that bill there, and it should be repealed. That act should be repealed. When I want diaspora, you praise it all. You've sugar-coated us, in terms of how we support the party, the country. That's not enough, Mr. Kamara. That's not enough. It needs to be matched with actions, because, as you rightly mentioned, there are a lot of expatriates, in the diaspora, who would go there and help the party develop. But let me tell you this: the rumor where we get for some of us, it's not about us; it's about other people. The rumor where we get is the home people are not happy with the diaspora. You get intimidated that if we go, we're going to take your jobs, we're going to take your positions, we're going to do this. No, the country is for everybody. Salon is for everybody. If where God mark you destiny, mark them for you. Now you mark them for. Don't deprive people to go and develop. That is why some people are hesitant to take development there, because I can give you a practice. I always talk with facts. I can give an example. There was a video going around with one MP where lambast the diaspora, where he said no on certain terms that they will repeal that act. Although I understand, say he went back and revoked that statement. But for the fact that he stood there as a member of parliament, making those utterances is a policy statement. It speaks volumes. It speaks volumes among members of parliament. And we expect the leadership or the establishment for make them for lambast them, for make them for actually reproach them for those statements being said. So the hope and pray that when by God in power, it's not about if, when we get back to government, that Pope and the others, you'll be the first person to table that bill and repeal it. If you don't, you will come back and seriously, I will take you head on. So I appeal to you in a sense of justice. And I know you are very vocal, and I know you can do it, but please make sure you fulfill your promise. Don't be like Mother Bio, where they make too much promises them, and they fulfill any. We need to fulfill those promises, and no need for revoke them, for making bring in people them for help build up the country itself. Thank you.
Yes, Doc, let's just make one correction.
Okay.
Let's just make one correction.
It's a vision.
I have never been a parliament.
It's a vision, exactly. Yeah, go on, Pope. Go on.
Yeah, okay. Yes, I have never been a parliamentarian. And genuinely, Doc, some of us, we know how to take we own politics, then begin to parliament. I am a young man, but I don't see me. I don't just want to go parliament. I don't get the intention. But if that is destined, and maybe it comes from you, maybe my blessing in you guys' way, I don't know. I pray.
Claim them.
Last week, what they do. But
claim them.
Yes, sir. Yes, I claim them, sir. But at the same time, also, which I want to say this time around now that, like I tell you no more, the party is working seriously in that direction. And now things them all they discuss. Now things they all they see, because we don't look at other countries that will see we develop. Now then the diaspora that are in developer. So if we keep ignoring our diaspora, it simply means we keep ignoring progress. If we keep ignoring our diaspora, it simply means we keep ignoring transformation. If we keep ignoring our diasporans, it simply means we keep ignoring fundamental development. We keep ignoring good ideas. So these are the basics that we don't look into when we as a party locally, we don't charge ourselves with the need say there is no need for at least we keep backing out anymore. It is more prudent that we aim for adopt those rudiments, those principles, those ideas that we will make move forward, and we feel say who among them in the diaspora. So like how we say as a party, we will prioritize them. And I want to employ your service that when we come to government, you go call me, I go call you, so that we will remind them, say, this na close so we don't affect we, and we need for ensure yes, we do this big pull as the way moving forward. We pull now the constitution, because like you said, it is not an entrance clause. And it has for remove. So we go revoke them. The March 17, let we encourage you people and for let them go out, let them collect them the ID cards, because all the votes we go for talk about, all the percentage in terms of the elections, all the PRO they discuss, for let we talk to people, the two way will make that change not only when we collect your ID card. So that 10 days they wouldn't give you level no joke with them. Emil say March 17. Let us tell our people by the time they say March 25, let all of them know collecting ID card. Let every APC person need for collecting ID card. And one for assure people within a diaspora said the party is putting modalities in place. We are going to be very robust in encouraging our people, in mobilizing our people, in pushing our people, in urging them, in reminding them of one of their responsibilities before they talk about rights. That the first responsibility they have is to go and collect those ID cards. The second one is for them to vote. Then after that, let them bring up the issues of their rights. We'll be able to address them. But let them perform their first duty, that is to go and collect those ID cards. And by the grace of God, that is exactly where the winning starts. That is where the victory starts. Thank you very much for having me.
Okay, Pope, you're welcome. Thank you so much for that submission. And before ever I pass over to Sweet Bonita for wrap up, Pope, this now for you directly, and it's very important because this now election process for the mighty APC. We don't get no TV platform at the APC right now, and the only TV platform that we have at the APC UK and I. You are the deputy PRO of the party, as well as CDI Tunis, what is need for there today, but unfortunately, they are with AYV. I want to make you assure or reassure the diasporas, especially the APC UK and I, for say we are able to work in tandem, head to head with we in terms of propagating the ideology of the party, especially in this platform. I want that security there because we get so many talents there what they try for promote, what they try for bring come forward so that they go able to do the needful for the party.
No, I think if you use the word assurance, it simply means we are not ready.
Thank you.
I think as a party, if we want to do this for us, I think it's an obligation.
Good.
What we need now for let we commit ourselves and ensure yes, we do the needful.
Exactly.
You don't need an assurance for this. We owe you this. So
Good.
we are here and we are ready to work with you. You don't need an assurance. It is an obligation.
Just give viewers just 1 minute analysis about the 30% quota. Where is Zainab Sharif earlier post? What do you think say the party get for do towards that 30% quota for women empowerment?
We don't even showcase them when we go to our national delegate conference.
Okay. Good.
We ensure we implement them to the latter. That as a party, as we speak so now, you understand, the 30% within the talk about, we implement them beyond 30%. You understand? Right from constituency ward, we ensure every executive women are represented. Not a woman, or women are represented. So, yes, women. And as I speak to you, so not only now you see for the first time, we even get constituencies them where the chair now woman.
Yes.
You understand? But the chair of that constituency for the first time, now woman. We get a whole region where the chair now woman.
Well done.
The southern region. The chair now woman. And as we don't begin rolling out, we don't begin rolling them out internally. Trust me, when it comes to governance, when we go announce, then we're going to say yes, we are not joking with 30% quota for our women. It's a done deal. We believe in the women of this country. We believe in the women of the APC. And when it comes to promoting women, go back to 2007 from the governance of former President Anesbai Kuruma. We also what he did for women. Even the Lara Taylor Pierce, where SLPP in Camp Pierce. Now we promote them to that particular level as Auditor General. Now we, the APC, because we believe in women. We know what women can do. We know their capacity. We know their deliverables. And we are going to utilize those qualities that they possess that will ensure, as a party, we'll give them that which due them. And we will respond as expected.
Thank you so much. Sweet Bonita, you can wrap up before Dr. Fuller can give you final analysis quickly. Hello, we don't almost lost them. Hope. Hello?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So in final analysis, I just want to tell you a little bit about Sweet Bonita. Of course, now vice chair at the London chapter right now, elected.
Okay.
So congratulations to him. I don't say we are only Saloni right now, but not tell you because loud. But at least I won't forget that kudos day. I want get that prep because she's now the same 30% woman quota what they talk about. She's vice person at the London chapter. So the 30% quota, the party they can work towards them. Thank you. Kudos to that. Dr. Fuller, can we have you for 1 minute because time they are this way now?
Yeah, well, can make it 2 minutes because this is the vital part where we not talk about.
It's about how we're going to secure our votes.
Yes, it's very, very vital.
Very vital.
It's the nexus of this platform.
No problem. Go ahead.
Voter education is very important. We get an en masse of people coming out to support the APC party, Dr. Sambura in particular. But please, let we know, Pope and the others, let we know over dependent just the turnout of people then. We need for secure the votes. The votes are important. How do we do it? Voter education. We need for avoid void votes. Like I always give a fact and statistics. In 2018, vote you can attest to this. Approximately 105,000 votes. I think 185 or 105,000 void votes. And guess what? Approximately 85,000 of those votes are from the north, the void votes. So it's very paramount that we secure the votes for the north. How do we do that? let us introduce, let's bring a nuance. Pope, allow me make you take a pen and paper. I'm not lecturing you, but this is paramount.
Okay.
Let us stop the thumbprint voting. Let's don't do thumbprint. Let we teach with people then for just do the pen. Make them tick na the box. Make them just mark X na the box.
Yes.
Because when you thumbprint, you fold them, it go na the other side of the other candidate or the party, then it will be void. The void votes na the north, there are more than compared to the southeast. Always the case. And even the western area. So it's very important. Then let me give you another example. Kotanes Kuruma in 2012 beat Madabio over 200,000 at the western area. We current president now, I would say, Dr. Samura Kamara, in 2018, now approximately 100,000 votes. So there were the margins, them very narrow. We need to widen the margins of votes then. That's the only way we can secure victory. And how do we secure victory? We need for the incentives to the people them. We need for motivate them, for make them go vote for the APC. Just like what we don't highlight by the misrule, the misgovernance of Madabio in our country today. How you don't abuse the system itself. You don't make sure say people are even frightened, as he is frightened now, because that is why he introduced the PR system. But we should not be intimidated by Madabio. We should not countenance his behavior and his party stalwart. We should embolden ourselves. We should be brave enough, go there, educate our people from constituency level up to national level.
Good.
Now, talk to the former MPs them, and also as well, the how do you call it, the flag bearers, because I have to say now, because of time, they cause all of this problem. Instead of going to NEC and taking positions at NEC and fighting for us, they were clamoring for positions, clamoring for leadership. Till up to this time now, the Southeast don't infiltrate the electoral commission. So we need to make sure that illiterate people, and I'll show you, Pope, when I come to Sierra Leone, voter, when I put me as a polling agent, when I get people with masters, people with PhD, people with BA, when I not go put class 1, class 2 with students who we don't teach, where they see me afraid.
Yes.
Where they see you, I'll tell you 2018, I went to Bambali district. My students, all of them were my students. As they see you, because I don't need that. What we need is somebody as it up there and not say yes, now be not full of this, now Pope this, no, can go nonsense day.
Yeah.
Sweet Bonita, now the Southeast, come out. Una send and go now the Southeast. They're not going to bribe and $10,000 or $5,000. But they now go put students in there and get 100,000 euros, they don't sell with votes them. And I give you statistics again. In the Southeast in 2002 on 2012, the APC votes were not counted because people were bribed. Even though you wear APC t-shirt, where they go now for go vote, they vote for APC, they vote for SLPP. And the party agents also compromise our votes. So these are all issues we are get for catalog, how we will make sure bring a nuance into the voting system. We need for intense incentives to we people them. We need for encouraging. Let me give you an example. I always like giving examples. I've become a teacher before. If somebody they sell in market, say able for go vote, let we tell somebody, let's Soti Bonita go there, you go replace them. Or when I pay for that market, they made a post in the graph, make it go vote for me. When I provide means of transportation, bikes, vehicles, them, motorcar them, buses them, bring these people out of the villages there, let them come and vote. If that's the only way we can secure and protect the APC vote, we will assure victory come June 2024. I rest my case and I thank you very much.
And thank you too, Dr. Fowler. You don't wrap them up nicely for we. We really appreciate you for joining us today, and we'll get more programs the back over for the invite you for coming on the platform. And a lot of people that don't learn so much from you, from Pope, from Sweet Bonita and myself. So we really appreciate you. Just a quick summary, of course, to the viewers them. Today we don't discuss about the issues related to the election, and that's make we get the topic the name as election sensitization. We don't talk about the PR system. Dr. Fuller don't brief you about the background of the PR system. Pope don't come, he don't educate you about the PR system. Sweet Bonita don't come, he don't ask, he don't talk about the voters and ID cards them. He wants the people and collect them, because if you don't collect the voter ID card, able to go vote. And in order for us to win the 2023 election, you go for get your ID card, you name them at the voter registration, and then you go for go vote. We don't talk about the Kono. Dr. Fuller don't emphasize. They talk about 2207. They don't bring history about the Kono vote. Pope Self don't tell we say don't tell
That's my guy.
Yeah, Charles Magai. Talk about Charles Magai, and then Pope Self don't can't tell we again say the people we get people in Akono we need for unite the likes of Sam Sumana, we get the likes of Diana Konomani. We talk about Kamokaba, Kamba Opel within the UK now to name but a few. So we don't educate people about that. We self don't get awareness. I know say Pope they go tell the party how they for operate according to that. We don't talk about the Tusim. Dr. Fuller don't elaborate a lot about the Tusim. They know I go very hard on the party, but again, we all get for work together as a team for ensure say Dr. Samura win the 2023 June 24th election. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you ever so much. And don't forget for share this program with me again. And Sweet Bonita will host another program next week. Over to you, Sweet Bonita, for your final conclusion.
Well, honestly, it's just about this sensitization on the polling agents. I'm appealing to all the aspirants because I think we should take it as a point of duty and responsibility for us to be both the polling agents, the coordinator, anything regarding or around the voter system. Because I had from a comrade was saying one of the polling agents, they left their post to go and watch a football match. Some of them left their posts unattended to go and eat. I don't think diaspora will be so careless enough to do such a thing. So we are appealing to all diasporans that want to take part in the voter and sensitization or being taken part during that period to please meet their chairman or district chairman or regional chairman, because we need to collate a name and pass it down to the secretariat here and give them the names of people. And as we said, we want people to represent where they will be able to understand their community.
Good.
For me, I'm happy going to the south. I know they said it's worse, it's damage, it's this. I'd rather go there because if somebody is speaking something, I'll be able to say, no, it can't work like this. If this is happening, I can say no. So it would be nice if they can allow the diasporans. We know normally within Sierra Leone, they give them intensive. So because of that, people don't want us to be part of it. We are not interested in it. All we want to do is do the work and move away.
Exactly.
So we just want to encourage everyone that wants to be a polling agent or coordinator so that they will put their name forward, because we need to get those lists no later than the end of April, because they need to also find people that are here so that they can also, because it has to go through a training. So we can all go through that training and then be ready. Because one thing, we can vote, but we will not know how to count. That's where we've seen errors. We saw where it's 11. Because of the way the polling agents rotate, it turns to 100 and something. So we need to know how to write those numbers. And if it's done, we take a picture and send it where we're supposed to send it. So there is no way somebody will come and tell us it's B, it's C when we have the original result in our possessions. So I will be very grateful for everyone to come forward, those that want to be a polling agent or coordinator, so that we'll be able to have a list down to the secretariat and everybody will be ready, because the more the merrier. And again, my final word will be on Fridays when we need to start collecting our voters' ID. I've gone to do my corrections on the errors on my name, and it's in record now. It's been done. All I want to see is collected on Friday and says, yes, I've got it and I'm ready to move. But honestly, I want to say thank you to both our guests, Dr. Fuller and that of Pope, because without them, there's no way we would have been able to have the show this evening. And also, I would like to say thank you to our viewers and to everyone that have been watching. Please continue to watch or share the program and see whatever you want us to change. We are looking for more other diaspora presenters. Please come forward. We are here. It's an APC platform. It's for all APCians. So that would be my last message. And I'd like to say good evening to everyone and thank you. From a mixer back to you.
So my final word, thank you, Sweet Bonita. And I want to express a sincere thanks to Dr. Fuller and Mohamed Pope. Of course, Pope no day again. He don't log off. He gets another commitment for go attend to right now. But I just want to express my sincere thanks and appreciation on behalf of the APC UK and I, when at the mouthpiece of the diaspora right now. A special thanks to Dr. Fuller and Mohamed Pope Kamara for attending this event today. And of course, they don't sensitize. We yourself within at the platform don't learn a lot from them. The viewers, they don't learn a lot from them. They don't answer all the questions then with them post in the lobby. So which make absolute sense for everybody who don't watch this program and people who go for watch them. Make sure say if you don't watch this program, you're still able to watch them back na Facebook as well as YouTube. So they are gonna continue for subscribe as we then are for sensitize people. Whatever come up from this platform, now the honest truth, the real fact, now we discuss now. Once again, thanks ever so much to the technical team. When a super mo, we really appreciate you for taking time for there today because we get the likes of Dr. Denke, we're absent today. We get Dell, we get JS Momo, and we host them also when the coordinator or an person know they with me today. We get Fatia, so we see a massive thanks to everybody, especially viewers. Thanks. Tata.
Oh na 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 na. Say the way them be left the power to murder, not to say it. Plenty youth they smoke and go mad. Try they not to say me there. The way this mommy they talk, the other mommy not to say me there. The way politics them spoil we try they I say not to say me there. The way my dad they fly plenty, the other part not to say me there. The way this mommy they talk, the other mommy not to say me there. The way them be left the power to murder, not to say it, but not to so be there.